All right, beginning of the lesson, we have a slider here to move our character. Go slow, and go fast. But when Corey gets out of bounds, he still goes. So we're going to at least try to prevent him from leaving the screen and hopefully leaving this inner box. Just to recap, Corey is a Flet container here. So we're moving this container around the screen. And here's the movement. So let's first work on the left and see whether we can limit Corey's movements to closer to the real world. So if Corey left, we're using his left edge of Corey minus speed is greater than or equal to, let's say, 0 first, then we'll move them. And I meant minus, and we should probably just use state. Okay, let's see how Corey's doing. Okay, he stops here, but because we're using this overlay, okay, so in this game area bottom portion here, I'm gonna try to comment out the actual width specification and expand, put an expand equals true, and we'll see how it goes. Better, better. I'll make his speed fast. Oh, probably have to restart it. Make his speed fast. And he stopped. Nice. We can go off in other directions. So we'll use this if statement convention. I'll delete this. Nice. And we have our if statement here. So if a condition is true, and this is greater than or equal to, then we'll take this action. And because we are practicing here, set up a maybe movement status, and it'll be ft.text. So initially, it's going to be maybe stay in bounds. Stay in bounds, and we'll add it to the row. What do we call it? Movement status. Okay. It's still there. Stay in bounds. Nice, nice. Okay, very nice. Let's set up that if statement. Status text dot value movement status. Movement status dot value equals moving left. You can delete this and see whether it moved. Nice, nice. Okay, and so if else, hit left boundary. Okay, all right. So first he says stay in bounds, stay in bounds. Tries to go left. He's moving left. Beautiful, beautiful. Boom, he hit the left boundary. He can't go anymore. Look at that. Okay, let's try to do it for right and left. You could probably do it by yourself, but let's go step by step. You could pause it and try it using this top portion as a reference. So let's see if Corey dot left, and it's going to be minus equals state speed, but because Corey itself has width, then there's some other. Okay, we have the width and height as hard coded right there, but I want to use it within my program. So I'm going to go Corey width equals 58, Corey height equals 79, and then we'll swap this out. So the width will be Corey width, and the height will be Corey, whoops, Corey height. So in our back to our if statement, we also have to subtract the width of Corey, which is Corey width, and then we'll plus the speed is less than or equal to the width of the screen, which I think I'll take a shot and use page.width. Let's see what is the problem. Page.width minus width of Corey. Okay, maybe it'll work. Go restart it. Oh, a little bit better. I'm just gonna try to maybe subtract 5 additional pixels. So the left edge will be the width of this character. Well, let's see whether it works first. Let's restart it. Nice. Okay, much like this top portion, uh, we'll we'll change it. So we'll first change the speed. and then we'll change the moving status value, which will be the text string that comes out, moving movement status dot value, and we want that to be moving right, or else movement status dot value equals hit right boundary. Okay. Hit right boundary, moving left, hit left boundary. Good, good. So the top portion of the pixel is 0. So we'll copy so if top is top minus state speed, so the speed is the same in all directions, is less than or equal to 0, then we'll take the movement. We'll just change this to movement status dot value equals moving up, and else, so we're practicing this else statement, else movement status dot value equals hit top boundary. And the main point of this lesson, one of the main points, is the if-else statement here that we're practicing now for the third time. And this should be reversed. So it should be greater than or equal to. Save it, restart it, moving up. Boom, he hits the boundary. Okay, it's starting to work here. Okay, we got one more left here. It's the most difficult one. See whether we can figure it out. Okay, so if Corey.top plus state, oops, speed is less than or equal to the page dot height minus Corey height and minus, I use like a small number like 5 or something, then the movement will take place, and we will change this to movement status dot value equals the string. And the main purpose of our lesson here, the big elf, is elf statements. Else, then we'll set the movement status dot value to hit bottom boundary game area. Is this gonna work? Height. Okay, so first thing I did is I set the height of this background container to 400, which is now the same as the game area. So in my if statement for down, I just have the game area dot height minus query height. Okay, I have the boundaries set up. It's a bit of a hack, but since we're focus of this tutorial is to study the if else statements, I'm going to leave it and then tell you what I did. So all the boundaries are working at this stage. Okay, so what's the solution here? For the left edge, I have it as plus 30. You can probably play around with this, and it might be good for the if statements. Something with the layout here. So I have the container for the background, the container for the game area, which I have set like this. Oh wait, what's this? This might be the problem. Anyway, I'm just gonna go forward. And then for the move left, I have it pushed in by 30 pixels. And then for the move right, the boundary, I push it to the left. So I'm subtracting it. So the biggest number is on the right, and the smallest number, 0, is on the left, right? So minus 60, I'm just pushing it in by 60. I just manually did it for this uh, rudimentary game setup here. You can walk around. All right, congratulations, the game's coming along very smoothly. In this video, we've covered worlds bounds, and we took a look at the if-else statement. We have several of these functions, and within the function, there's the if statement here, and there's an else, and it's terminated by colon at the end of the line here. So we have if this condition is true, then it runs this bit of code, and if it's not true, it will run this other bit of code. So you don't need the else statement, but it's kind of common. So our bounds detection is pretty rudimentary. We're looking for the width of an object here, the background image, and then we're subtracting the width of Corey because it's lined up. His position is lined up with his left edge. So it's the left edge of the character. Do I have it running? So it's this left edge, right, that we are calculating. So if it's all the way here, if you just are using the his position, and he'll be off the screen. So that's why you need to subtract the left edge, the width of Corey.